by the grace of Almighty God, this country has an independent judiciary, and he had a right to a jury trial. A 3-week trial in which countless prosecutors and countless government witnesses came after him. It took the jury less than 2 hours to deliberate. They took 3 hours to have testimony read back and to review documentation, but 2 hours of deliberation before they acquitted him. When this case started, the United States Courthouse for the Western District of New York was picketed by Chinese nationals, the Chinese Student Association, down with Rhodes for his violation of human rights. Well, once these same individuals saw the evidence and saw the videotape, not from the broken camera, but one of the other cameras caught glimpses, caught a clear picture of Zhao Yan's 2 accomplices running at full speed away, being chased by officers. Once they saw that, once they saw the medical testimony that she wasn't injured, once they saw that she was an overstay, that her visa had expired, they themselves stopped coming to court to support their fellow Chinese national. Present in the courtroom for the entire trial were top-level Chinese officials that came every day. They were in from New York City, they were from the Chinese embassy, to monitor what was going on. The fact that Colin Powell, Tom Ridge, the Chinese foreign minister, the charge d'affaires from the Chinese embassy, all got involved early on, compelled, for reasons that are beyond my understanding, the Bush administration to go after Robert with everything they had. The result of the Rhodes case, look, he won, he was acquitted, but what he went through, he can't get another job now.
But it doesn't stop there, Steve. After I was acquitted, I was interviewed by the Office of Professional Responsibility. It would normally have taken about 45 minutes. They kept me there for 3 days and over 20 hours. And on the second day, Special Agent Mania told me that the entire thing could stop if I would just sign a few papers. And I asked him, "Are you asking me to resign?" And he goes, "Well, if you would like to, Robert."
Yeah, Robert, all he wanted to do, he was a 17-year law enforcement officer for Customs and Border Protection. Prior to that, a federal corrections officer. He just wanted his job back. And I told him, I said, "Well, Rob, after you're acquitted, you'll get your job back." And everyone in power said, "Hey, there's no way he's going to win." After he was acquitted, he was interviewed administratively, not for 45 minutes, but for 3 days and 20 hours. After the second day of this, of the grueling, intense berating, and we have the transcripts, Rob says, "Steve, would you come with me, please?" Well, I went with him. They would not permit me in the room in which he was interviewed. They made me stay in a waiting room outside. So I pressed my ear against the door to hear what's going on in the room. I was forcibly ejected from the building by Special Agent in Charge Robert Tevens, who then brought a disbarment proceeding against me for pressing my ear against the door to listen to what was going on. They thought that if they could cause Robert to lose effective legal counsel by leveling their guns at me, that they would have an easier time defeating Robert. Robert is a true patriot. The other speakers that you heard are true patriots. And I'll tell you, thank God for Andy Ramirez and citizens like him who are calling attention to what is a national crisis. The borders are now being protected by officers who have gotten a very clear message from our president. Don't stop terrorists, don't stop drug smugglers if it's going to offend a foreign nation. That's nuts. The founders of this great country, the framers of the United States Constitution, would be saddened, if not alarmed, to see in whose custody that sacred document has been placed.
I just wanted to add that I'm thankful for Mr. Ramirez for having me here, and I hope that we as a group can help stop Mr. Bush's war on law enforcement. Thank you.
Oh, I've got one more thing that I want